The 12 principles define how to make realistic and believable animation, regardless of medium. In this episode, we discuss appeal.
TipTut.
So, let's talk about appeal. Appeal in animation is all about being dynamic. It doesn't necessarily mean nice to look at, because that's subjective, but instead, to my mind, you can replace the word appealing with engaging. Everything your animation is doing, from character design through to exaggeration, should be working to make your animation as engaging or appealing as possible. With this in mind, you can kind of think of appeal as the culmination and combination of all the other principles of animation, plus a little something extra on top. Whilst the other principles are about making believable animation, appeal is about focusing on what we're trying to convey and doing that in the best possible way. Let's take this footage I recorded of a bouncing ball. As you can see, not much interesting stuff is happening here. But our bouncing ball from the first principles episode is a lot more appealing to look at. There's a ridiculous amount of squash and stretch. It's exaggerated, over the top, and ridiculous, but these aspects add to the appeal of the animation, making it more engaging, sacrificing realism for appeal. When it comes to characters, you should highlight their features to better show their personalities. Even with stupidly simple characters like our ball and square, we can emphasize certain features like eyes, mouths, and postures to reinforce the message. If I may, let's step away for a moment from our simple characters to examine an example with more anatomy. The appeal of the two characters shown in this animation comes from their contrast between each other. One is lanky, flowing, and willowy. The other, chunky, round, and short. Their proportions, size, and colors reinforce their personalities and messages, making them more appealing to the audience, both in isolation and when paired together. When we break them down into their core shapes, we can see how this contrast helps sell their appeal. Blue Guy is made up of shapes with hard corners, tall, thin reverse triangles, and the cool blue color makes him seem reserved and distant. Red Guy is nothing but short, squat ellipses with soft curves and features. This makes him seem bouncy, bubbly, and approachable, and the red color reinforces this idea of compressed energy. Compared to here, where I've made them similar shapes and sizes, look at them side by side and tell me which you think works better. I'd say there are 3 things to keep in mind when working on an animation or character's appeal. Number 1, should you stick closer to real life, or does moving away from reality help reinforce the animation's message? 2, contrast and exaggeration of proportion, emotion, and personality is super important. And 3, keep it simple and focus on 1 or 2 important aspects to make your point. So that's it for appeal and for the 12 principles. Thank you so much for joining me on this awesome journey. I hope you've learned something whilst watching this series, and I can't wait to see you all again on the next episode, whatever that might be. So make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified of the next video, and I'll see you next time on TipTut. Massive thank yous to my level 2 and above members, without whom this series and channel would not be possible. Thank you for supporting me all the way throughout this. I love you all, you're fantastic, and if you want to become a member, click that join button.
Remember to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and tutorials. Thanks for watching.